he's looking for a partner, but he's not willing to put on fronts for something that he feels like in his life is a really important thing. So for him, it's not, but he does have a lot of friends that do. And so, and so I can understand both ways. I really love that I can talk to my son about these things because I want to understand all sides and be respectful about it. But and since I dropped out a little bit, I don't know what was asked, but I do want to ask you, Aisha, do you think that a lavender marriage is a form of compromise or just survival?
I think sometimes if you're on the outside looking in, it's like both, right? You're trying to survive, but then, so I want to survive, but what am I compromising for that survival? Because sometimes when we do things that only benefits us and we're not thinking long term and the people around us, now that's a compromise. And it means that we are willing to actually do things that will probably make other people say fall because of us, just because we want to do things so everybody can think we fit in. You don't have to fit in. You're wonderfully made by God. You don't have to fit in, and then now making it where it's acceptable. That's scary to me. You shouldn't do that. There's no need for that.
It's always to me at some point though we're all trying to fit into a norm of somehow until we get to maybe a certain age and wake up and go, wait a minute, like I'm having an epiphany on my own self at 55. I'm at that age where I'm like, really don't care, next. So we're all trying to like just conform into something, but is this harmful or hurtful? So Noma, do you, this young lady, she came out and she said a lot of things, but what do you think is the underlying factor of that? Do you think that it sounds like it's hurt or pain or fear, or is she just giving up?
It sounds like there is some giving up because she said that she made some really bad decisions, and then she said that she didn't really feel like she could find what she wanted. But you were saying, does this lavender marriage sound like compromise or survival? But it's actually very important to understand what marriage actually is. And it's actually both of those things. I have yet to meet somebody who's married and never compromised.
That's right.
And
Right.
when you go way, way, way back and you look at what marriage and family were about, it was about survival. We're just now looking at survival in a different form, right? Men are, if we're sticking more to the gender roles, men are there to protect and to provide. The women are there to nurture. Can you imagine a little newborn baby with no mother to nurture them? They wouldn't survive. Can you imagine a bunch of women and there's a threat or an attack and there are no men? They wouldn't survive, you see, or even children, they wouldn't survive. So that is part of what it is. I just think that they're just putting a twist on something that already exists, and that, that happens. Even same gender marriages, they tend to kind of sometimes mirror traditional marriages in that there'll be one partner who's more of the protector and the provider, and then the other one will be more of the nurturer. So it still goes back to the foundational thing of, yeah, we do need to compromise. We're not perfect. None of us are.